Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monkey Barrel Comedy Chat Show, the wonderful podcast where every weekend we get wonderful guests visiting Monkey Barrel Comedy to perform, and we bring them in, sit them down, and have a nice little chat with them. And this week we have the wonderful Josh Jones.
Hello. I didn't know. We just started quick.
I know. Sorry, I didn't give you anything. We just went right into it. And you're like, oh my God, it's happening.
Know we started.
So, for people at home, go into as much or as little detail as you want. For people who have not seen you before, how would you describe what you do?
Oh my God, that's such a...
Is that such a difficult?
Yeah.
You can go into a little detail.
Really
you can just
question.
be like, I'm a silly little goose.
I'm a comedian. And yeah, so I'm a stand-up comedian.
A stand-up comedian. Have you ever done sketch or anything improv?
No, before I did stand-up, I did try a few sketches, and there was one where I put pseudocreme on my face because it was a sperm, and I was racing to get to the egg, and I remember at the end I would crack an egg on my head. It's a bit different to what I do now.
Are all your sketches incredibly messy? You're just like, I can't do sketches, too much cleanup.
Because I did drama at college. It was a BTEC.
Oh, yeah.
And
they love stuff like that.
Yeah, well, that was actually at uni, but I did performing arts at uni. But when I did drama at college, my teacher was like, you should just focus on comedy stuff. She said it was actually the best teacher I've ever had, but she said, with your voice, like the only acting stuff you get would be a nurse in Coronation Street, which is so true. But she was like, but you're like, I was the best one in the class at just making shit up out of nothing. Yeah. So she was like, you should just make shit. So I did.
She was like brutally supportive.
Yeah, but so then I just started like making loads of stuff, but I didn't do stand up till well later.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of people have that where they did sketches first, so they tried to find things and then came to stand up.
Yeah,
that's the thing that we keep hearing from people. Eventually, they kind of discover oh yeah, this is fun, and also you don't have to put pseudocreme all over your face.
No, well,
smash an egg on your head.
I wouldn't want to do that. I'm quite late. I barely even move on stage. So putting pseudocreme on my face isn't going to happen.
There's been so many times I've walked in and gone, is that a sloth on stage right now?
Just Josh Jones just chilling out.
Just chilling out. You've appeared on loads of... you've done probably the most amount of TV of all the people that we've had on here. Like you've been on...
Suckers! Fuck you, dickheads! I hope they all listen to it.
We're just going to do a league table of who's been on TV the most amount of times. And
I want a list so I can voice message them and tell them how disappointed I am in them. Yeah.
Well, you've done lots. You've done 8 out of 10 Cats. You've done Jonathan Ross's Comedy Club. I think you were on Jonathan Ross's the interview show as well.
Yeah,
that's got to be amazing. Who were you on with?
Craig David.
Nice.
Catherine Ryan.
Nice.
Oti Mabuse. And the guy from Stranger Things, but I hadn't seen Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So, but he was very nice, and we was chatting.
Was it David Harbour, the big beardy guy?
The guy, I think he was the villain, like the older guy with white hair.
Yeah.
He was really lovely.
That's good.
And we was just chatting because me and him were like the last ones out, and I remember him. I'm like a newer comic going on Jonathan Ross, and I remember him saying all these big Hollywood films he's been in, and he was saying, "Oh, I'm dead nervous," and I was like, "You'll be fine." And I was shitting my pants, but I'm like, don't worry about it, you'll be all right.
As you put the pseudocreme all over your face?
Yeah, I put the pseudocreme on my face.
That's cool. So what was your favourite TV thing you did? Don't worry, the producers won't watch this. They won't
probably when I did Cats Does Countdown, I did Dictionary Corner and I did a history segment because I love history. So it was something different from everything else I've done.
Well, it's very rare that you get to bring a personal interest or something that you like into doing a show. And
it was really fun as well, but I don't think they can put it on the stuff that I did online because of copyright, because I had pictures of people from history behind me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I did like a PowerPoint of quick history lessons on people.
And they were just like, you didn't get permission for those photos.
Yeah, so it was, but...
Every photo had that weird fake, what was that, the watermark?
No, the photos on the telly was all right, but I think it's weird when going to put it online. There's laws. I don't know the laws.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Release the footage.
Yeah, I wish they would, because it's like one of the things I'm proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just upload it yourself.
But I tried to figure out how to download it off Channel 4, but you can't.
I bet you can. I bet someone's going to be in the comments immediately. Even Ewan, our producer behind there, is nodding like, oh,
if anyone from Channel 4 is listening, I'm not going to do it.
We're not going to do that.
Goodbye. I actually wouldn't do it because I would rather get more work out
Exactly.
of them.
You're definitely not going to do that. But somebody, maybe with the name, it's Ewan, 1999, is going to post up.
Was you born in 99?
2000 actually.
2000, yes. But I like to think it was the year before.
I hate you.
This has come up every podcast.
So you're 24?
I'm 23.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Vomiting. Oh my God. Those are the kind of numbers that you hear on Countdown and you just puke everywhere. No, thank you. Okay.
How old are you?
None of your fucking business. Older than 23, all right?
Are you in your 30s?
I'm in my 30s, yeah.
Oh, same.
Same. 30s is nice. It's a good vibe.
It's good. I love him being in my 30s.
Yeah, it's good. 20s was a nightmare. Like, look at the fear on Ewan's face.
Yeah, I think when you last, 29 was a bit boring.
Yeah.
Because I was just waiting for 30.
I was just waiting for 30. I was like, oh, okay, come along. And then it came in and I was like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
I think everyone gets the worry because you get the first 5 years of a decade, you're like, oh, okay, this is fine. This is good. And then you get to 25 and you're like, oh no. And then it gets 26 and you go, no, thank you. And then it gets 27, 28 and you're like, and it gets 29. But then when it hits 30, it goes, oh, we're back to 0.
Yeah,
this is
and
fine.
I think men are the most attractive in the 40s to 50s. So I'm not worried.
Yeah?
I'm not worried about aging. Yeah. Because don't women get I don't know, but don't they get I don't know if this is a myth. Don't the sex drive peak up again?
I think it is.
40s
I think it is their 40s. Yeah, I think the sexual peak for women is 39. I think the sexual peak for men is 18.
I think you can be fuckable at any age, really. There's some people who are 70 who had fuck. Can
we just pause and say hello to everyone on Instagram? Because this is the real. This is the promo reel for this now.
I just think that there's attractive people in every decade. Well, I wouldn't probably. I can't think of anyone in their 80s that I genuinely would shag, but there'll be some people in the early 70s that are still doing all right.
I mean, Clint Eastwood is in his 90s. There must be someone who's like, wow.
Oh yeah, there'll be some, but they'll be more closer to his age.
Yeah,
probably.
There's 70-year-olds who are like, oh, Clint Eastwood.
I used to have a crush on Bill Nye.
Bill Nye, the science guy?
No, Bill Nye.
Oh, no, Bill Nye. Yeah. All right. No, I know the one. I know the one.
When I was younger, his character in Love Actually really kind of spoke to me.
Yeah,
I don't know why, though. I just think he was cool.
He was the only person in that movie that seemed cool. It's a movie with all losers.
Yeah,
that whole movie.
Jeremy Irons as well. I thought he was he's quite dashing.
He's got both of them have quite the voice.
And well, I know. And
they bring you back to their house and they're like, I'm going to the bathroom, make yourself comfortable. And you're like, right?
Yeah, I think they're both quite handsome. And they're older.
Yeah.
So anyone's fuckable.
Yeah. I remember growing up watching Kathleen Turner in Romancing the Stone and Jewel and All. You ever seen those movies?
No.
Oh, she's fucking great. She's got a real husky voice.
Oh,
she's a sexy lady. And then eventually she played the house in the animated movie Monster House.
Oh, really?
She got older. She was just the voice of the house.
I loved that film.
That was a great film.
The old man at first, you're like, no, he's a bastard. And then you're like, no.
He's not. Well, spoilers now.
It's an old film.
It's such an old film. Everyone's seen it.
He has he's not a real person, so it's not. It don't matter. I was going to give him a compliment. He has very good eyes, but he's not.
He's not a real. Yeah, they're fake eyes. But I know what you mean. Yeah, it was Steve Buscemi.
A lot of story in his eyes. Yeah.
When he saved his giant wife from the circus, and then she fell into a pit of concrete and became a house.
Yeah.
A tale as old as time itself. Okay, so something we do to get our guests comfortable is we do a little social media time machine. We're going to jump back into an old post that you've put online.
Okie
You're going to have to answer for your crimes now.
Okie dokie.
Let's take a look.
Oh, it's a video.
It's a video.
Oh, look at those cheekbones, though. Oh, that was so sexy. Absolute, yeah. That was just me eating a lemon.
Was you eating a lemon for people listening at home not watching? Yeah, it was you eating a lemon, and you went through a lot of emotions there.
Yeah, because I ate a whole lemon. So it was quite a lot going on.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just ate a lemon. I remember
you're
that.
like you ate a lemon, but you feel like an onion because I'm just peeling back those layers.
Yeah. But can I play it again? I really miss that coat. I loved that coat. It's a nice coat, isn't it?
Is it a coat you lost?
And
you had to retire.
The word atmosphere, so that was at a bar I was working at.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just come back from work and I ate a lemon.
That's good.
There we go. My housemate. I can tell by the laugh that is my housemate Maeve.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, she's not my housemate anymore. But then. Yeah.
Where was Maeve from?
She's from Belfast. No, she's not. No, she's not.
No?
She's not. Oh my God, she's from Derry.
From Derry.
Can we cut the Belfast bit out? She won't listen. She's seen so much of my shit now. I think she's absolutely bored of it. So she won't listen.
Get a very aggressive message.
She's
now.
from Derry.
Yeah, I could tell. I heard Maeve, and I was like, 90% chance this is somewhere on the island of Ireland.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Have you? How was the lemon experience for you at the time? Was it something you thought?
If I'm give you an answer, I'll be lying because I don't remember.
Don't remember?
I don't remember. How long ago? What does it give you a year?
2016. It's nearly 10 years ago.
Oh my God.
That's upsetting. That's upsetting.
My aim is to get that jawline back, though. Yeah.
It is awful looking at older pictures of yourself and just being like, if only I'd known.
Yeah.
How fucking hot I was.
I know.
Why didn't you tell me at the time? Did you know?
I knew. I was making the most of it.
Oh my
I
God.
was living my best life.
Okay, good answers. We'll find you innocent on crimes against social media then. We do have some questions that have come from social media from random people. So question number one we have is your dentist proud of you? Somebody sent that in.
Oh, do you know my dentist lives in the block of flats across the road from me?
Really?
Yeah. Her car got robbed recently. She left it in Sainsbury's car park.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that was that. That's been a bit of drama. She's around my age, so we speak a lot about boys and stuff like that.
That's nice.
We're very gossipy dentists.
Yeah.
Well, I actually think I bring that out of her.
Also, it feels like I bet you have a bit more power now. So at the end of the meeting, she's like, "Well, you need to be brushing more, and you need to be flossing." And you're like, "Yeah, well, you need to lock your car in the car park." Sainsbury's. We're both making poor decisions.
Where we live is really bad for parking.
Yeah.
And she's not got a car parking space.
So she's
she parked it in Sainsbury's.
It feels like she's explained this to you while you're in the chair with tools in your mouth.
Yeah, she was.
She's like, it's actually very difficult for me.
We really chat though, so like she'll have to stop doing what she's doing whilst I speak. It takes a long time. It's so embarrassing though, right?
Yeah.
I was a bit I'd done like a week full of gigs just traveling. I was so tired. The first time I went to that dentist, and I was laying on the chair, and above me was a screen, but it was a fish tank in the screen. And then I was like, "How have you got your fish tank on the ceiling?" And it wasn't. It was the sea. And I was like, "Oh my God," because like a shark flew past, swam past, and I was so embarrassed.
Oh my God!
But I think it was a real icebreaker.
Yeah. It's good. It's good to embarrass yourself early and just be like,
yeah,
all right, listen.
But she's really lovely.
Yeah, that's good. I've got my dentist that I have in Edinburgh now is like, there's no sink. You get in a screen. There's no sink to spit.
Oh, you need.
And I just don't know how that works.
Come to Manchester. I've got.
I want to go to this one. But she put on like. I walked in. There's like, you know the way you get like the good banter that you have with your. I don't have that at all. Like I walked in and it was a day where it was meant to start snowing in Edinburgh. There was all this like, oh, it's going to snow. And I walked in. She's like, oh hi, how are you? And I said, oh, I'm good. And just thank God the snow hasn't turned up. And she went, what? And I went, oh, the snow. It hasn't started snowing yet. And she goes, why would it snow? And I went, it's supposed to snow? I haven't heard anything about that. Pop in the chair, and I was just like, oh my God, I hate this already.
Yeah, that's awful.
Because before I went in, I was ripping on the snow banter with everyone at the counter. Everyone was chatting, and we were having a great time. All the different nurses behind were like, oh, about bring my snowshoes. We're having a great time.
I had, with this dentist, she's great. I really like her. But the last time I was there, I was like, oh, what did you do last night? And she was telling me how she went on a date and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, where did you go? And then she was like, oh, we went to this bar, then we went to this bar, and then we went to this bar. And I was like, that's free drinks. It's 9 a.m. and you've got like, and we were doing proper like fill-ins and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is pretty dangerous.
Yeah. It's not like you're a teacher, you can just put a video on.
No, yeah. So I was like, oh, wow, I hope she's okay.
But it worked out great. It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good. Mine annoyed me because that dentist was no banter, no chill, and then afterwards I got like an infection in my jaw and I was in the most amount of pain I've been in my life. But the King's coronation was on that weekend, so it was I got done on Friday and then they were just closed till the following Wednesday. So they were just like, just deal with it, just to go to the hospital. And they were just like, here's just crazy
There's
painkillers.
emergency dentists and stuff.
So I went to them and they were still like, here's some pills, probably just if it still hurts tomorrow, then it's really bad.
Yeah.
And then it hurt the next day and they were just didn't give a shit. It
Would
was a
you
nightmare.
ever do like the turkey teeth?
No, I don't think so. It's never looked good for anyone ever. That's my key thought. I don't think I've ever seen somebody with the turkey teeth and not gone. Turkey
But I
teeth.
think some people, like some Hollywood stars, have good veneers.
But I feel like when you see them, you go, okay, they're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
It's when you see somebody randomly driving a bus and you're like, oh, the glare off of their face.
I quite like them. I just think
Good
they
work.
They look dead China.
Yeah, it could be your thing. You could be,
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get. I don't think I'm gonna get them.
Yeah.
but I do. When I look at them, I'm like, oh, they made an effort.
It makes a person look like an action figure, though.
It's
It doesn't look like a real person.
It just looks like a new kitchen, but on your mouth. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I do. I see those mouths and I go, that is clean.
When I see
But
their
it's
mouths,
disconcerting.
I know. When I see a mouth with like teeth, I know like with those teeth, and kind of could guess how the house is decorated. Do you know what I mean?
Live, laugh, love on the wall.
sort of vibe.
That kind of vibe.
Yeah.
If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie, wipe the seedy. That's one that I've seen
I've
in
not
both
heard
toilets.
that one, and I actually quite like it.
You quite like it?
I like that one.
I quite like it.
I think it's
not
adorable.
the quote. It's the people who hang up the quote. That's the issue. Cool. Okay, that's a good answer. So for question number 2, we have was, to the best of your ability, explain how wind works. So we have some chaotic lunatics that send in questions.
I haven't. I'm right. I'm gonna be so wrong.
It gets really heavy on top of mountains and it rolls downhill.
right, that's
much better.
That's better than what
That's
I
still
was
wrong.
gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
It does.
Mine was wrong.
I was gonna say it came from clouds. It doesn't come from clouds.
You're thinking the cartoon of a cloud with big cheeks
blowing out
blowing.
wind. No, it comes from just a lot of air being pushed around because we're all so busy.
Yeah.
Rushing. So everyone's rushing about so much that we're getting up a bit of friction in the air.
Like
And then it's
cartoon characters and it's just flying along.
It's quite windy in like the countryside because at least all the people from the cities are just pushing it up.
Pushing all the air
Yeah,
up
they
there.
pushed it out. We've not got space for wind. So we like push it out and then it just spreads around the world. It's not all just one big gust going around.
It's just one big sigh from
Yeah.
the UK that's been traveling around the world since time began.
Yeah. Does
right.
anyone know how
Well, I
wind
think Ewan
works?
has looked it up for us.
Yeah, you're not far off at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. National
What, with the
Geographic.
clouds? No. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
National Geographic says wind is the movement of air caused by the uneven heating of the earth by the sun and the earth's own rotation.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's like a combination. It's a bit of
I'll
everything.
totally give you that.
Yeah.
I think you've like 5 out of 10.
Yeah. I'm dyslexic, so we'll give it a 7.
Yeah, that's good. That's fair. That is
Yeah.
fair. That is
Yeah.
fair. Okay. Please, God, nobody ever finds this podcast while studying for a test in school. And it's like, that's what it's. I heard it's people. People are doing it. Third question is, what's your favorite piece of software? What a very specific question.
Well, on a computer.
I guess on a computer, yeah. But it could be an app on your phone. I think that would work as well.
I'm really not. For someone my age, I'm really bad at technology.
Yeah.
At the moment, ITVX actually, because they've got a lot of like period dramas and cop dramas.
They've got all the Poirots, all the
Basically,
Midsummer
anything that
Murders.
your nana would watch, I would love it. So all of that, I've been binging that. I'm binging. That I use that more than my Netflix and everything.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good stuff in it. My partner's like, she's a huge fan of Poirot, so anything I get to Chris, we have to watch.
Yeah.
But then she started trying to get me into Midsummer Murders, and I can't. Sorry to say this, it's way too Protestant. I can't get on board. Every murder is something that happened at the village fete while the vicar was meeting the reverend in front of the neighborhood committee, and I'm like,
Yeah, like
wait, too much.
hot fuzzy sort of
Yeah,
vibe.
things that Catholics would never do is what I've seen.
Yeah,
It's like a bunch of people talking about the biggest gorge they've ever seen, and no Irish person would ever do that.
Yeah.
It's just not our vibe.
Have you ever seen Scott and Bailey? That's
No.
the best, in my humble opinion.
Like murder.
The best like detective program that's ever been made.
All right, pitch me. What's the?
It's two female detectives
Yeah.
in Manchester solving crime and balancing family life.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really good. Saran Jones, Leslie Sharp, some pretty fucking good acting. You won't
good.
see much better, really.
I was watching. I've forgotten the name of it, but it's a BBC detective drama, and throughout the whole show, the female lead has a secret, which is that her 16-year-old daughter is actually her biological father is her partner, and she's just moved back here to be a detective again, and she's seen her partner that she originally worked with, like her detective partner, her police partner, and he doesn't know that she got pregnant and had a kid. And you're like, oh, how's this going to come out? So they go to a real comedy venue here in Scotland. They go to Red Raw, and then
Do
they
they?
get up on stage and they go, oh, randomly, would anyone like to come up and do it? And the main actress gets up on stage and doesn't have any jokes, so she just says, you want to hear something funny? My partner's he doesn't know that my 16-year-old daughter is also his daughter. And everyone in the room just goes deathly silent, and all I could think sitting there was like, that's not how that show works. That's not the intro music.
Yeah.
That's not the way the stage faces.
And they don't give. Do they let anyone just?
They don't
jump
just
on?
let anyone just get up.
No.
You gotta put your name down. Like
Yeah.
literally, the host was just like, "Does anybody want to get up and do a bit?" That's
Yeah.
not how it works.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
hate it on how stand-ups portrayed on TV sometimes. I can't remember what it was. I don't know if it was like. I think it might have been. Grace and Frankie, maybe one
Yeah.
of the characters on something started stand up,
Yeah, and it was.
and then like within 10 weeks, it was on like the Late Show
Yes.
or whatever, and you're like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, I watched that the Marvelous Mrs. Mabel show, which was on Amazon, which is like a lady doing stand up in like
The 50s.
I think the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the show. They don't really show other female comedians. They just go like the whole theme of the show is like, this woman just had the gumption to say what was on her
Yeah.
mind, and you go like, and everyone's like, hey, is that a woman speaking her mind? We need to put her on TV right now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of offensive because it was women doing comedy back then, and we're getting like roadblocks put in front of them
Yeah.
all the time, and just to present it as like, oh, they just weren't sassy enough like Mrs. Mabel was. Like
Yeah,
she's sassy enough to get through.
It is silly. I find it hard watching stand up.
Oh, yeah,
in
definitely.
in a drama or whatever.
Yeah, especially when it doesn't ring true. Like
Yeah.
when somebody says a bit and it gets a huge laugh and you go, that would never, there's not in a million years. That is such a specific weird bit that someone's written.
And it's never like them in a rugby club.
Yeah.
Which is like 45% of gigs.
Yeah, it's in some venue called the Laugh Hatch.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's the biggest room you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is insane.
There's
You
like
don't go up on-
champagne on the table.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're just going to go up and do an hour for your
Yeah.
first ever spot, and you're like, get furious about it. I think ITVX, yeah, that's a good one. I mean, it's also free, which is
Oh,
very
no,
good.
I pay for the...
You pay for the no adverts? You make
No,
me
because
sick.
then I can get some American stuff on there.
is there
as
extra
well.
shows?
Yeah, but they give you a little advert. But I'm watching one that I watched years ago. I started again today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'm disgusted by you. How dare you not sit through those adverts? I have to sit through those Domino's adverts that are incredibly
No.
unfunny.
But I watch it so much
Yeah.
that like, yeah.
You'd be paying for people's kids to go to college, I'm sure. Well, something else we also do in the show is we have our previous guest send in questions. And last time it was Lauren Pattison. And Lauren Pattison has sent in some questions we're going to bring up on the big screen now.
Hello, lovely Josh. I hope the Monkey Barrel and Edinburgh are treating you very well, and I hope you had a lovely time in Australia. Do you have a tan? Did you meet a kangaroo? I don't know. Those aren't my questions, but I would like to know. I have 3 questions for you. My first question is from one northern powerhouse to another. If you had to have a dinner party and invite 3 iconic northern guests
Well,
from the
that's a
past, from the
great
present,
question.
who would you invite and why? They have to be northern. They have to be. Question 2. In the inevitable movie of your life that will be made because you are bound for stardom, because you are a superstar, who would you want to play you in the movie of your life and why? And my third question is, if you had the chance to explore either like the heights of space, is that the correct word? To explore space or like the very depths of the ocean, which would you rather explore? Would you rather explore space or sea?
Great.
Bye.
Thank
They're
you
great
so much,
questions.
Lauren. Those great questions. I also like that her
I've not
description.
seen her in ages.
Yeah?
She's got a lovely wallpaper.
Yeah, will we soon? Is that her wallpaper?
She's
Is that a
doing
hotel?
great. That is some fucking cracking
Well,
wallpaper.
This is the first one where like the previous guest has been complimentary about the next person. Usually it's like, here's a question, you bastard.
Oh,
So that was
really?
great. That was good. Also, I like that her understanding of space and the ocean is very similar to your understanding of wind. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's great. So question number 1 was, if you had to have a dinner party and you had to invite 3 iconic northern guests, past or present, who would they be and why?
Saran Jones.
Okay.
That is me first one.
Okay.
For sure.
For people who don't know Saran Jones.
Yeah, for people who don't know Saran Jones, Burn in Hell.
Okay.
No, actually, no, sorry. I get quite defensive. No, right. So, she's.
We went from, I miss her and her wallpaper's lovely. Oh,
I apologize. I just like her so much. So she is an actor from Oldham in Greater Manchester. She's from Chadderton, which has a massive Costco, actually. And she went to my college. She went to my college, and she started off in Coronation Street, and then has gone on to become one of the best thespians this country has ever produced. Fact.
And if you didn't know that,
fact.
your life was just saved by that information.
Yeah. Probably. I don't know. I don't know if it'd be fun, but I would really like to meet Alan Turing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The computer guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you know it's not going to be Benedict Cumberbatch.
I know.
Good.
I would like to get his opinion on Benedict's performance.
He's like a bit robotic.
Yeah. But no, I would like to meet Alan Turing, I think.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because he was from Manchester.
Yeah.
And actually, no. I'm going to swap him for Ian McKellen.
Okay.
I'm going to swap him for Ian McKellen. And then who is my third? Oh, this is so difficult. Past or present?
Past or present, yeah. They can be not live anymore.
Can I invite my mum?
Yeah?
But she got to be one of the 3. She's
I'll give you an extra. I'll give you an
All
extra
right,
for
right. So if I can bring my mum to be there, I'd bring my mum's mum so she can see her mum again because she's been dead for ages. Is that all right? Is that too weird?
No, that's fine. This is the podcast.
She was a northern powerhouse. She wasn't famous, but she was a great woman.
Okay.
And it'd mean a lot to my mum.
So just run through the 3 again. It's
But
Saran Jones.
if you wanted the actual truth, that's what I'd do. I would let my mum see her mum.
Saran Jones, Ian McKellen,
And then
your mum and your mum's mum.
Yeah, my mum and then my mum and my grandma on my mum's side. Just so she died ages ago, so it'd be nice for her to see her again.
I'm sorry to criticize this, but I just think it's going to overshadow the rest of the dinner. Your mum seeing her mum again, and then it's like, oh, and also Ian McKellen's also here. And Ian McKellen's like, I was in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, right, okay. Well, get rid of Ian and then bring in my mum's dad because he's been dead for ages as well. And then get rid of
Saran.
Get rid of Saran, and we'll bring in Spike, my mum's old pug.
Oh, good.
So my mum can just have meet all of her family again. That'd be nice, actually.
That would be really nice.
It'd be really nice.
Yeah.
It'd mean a lot to her.
Good.
Yeah.
I think that is the most perfect answer we could have wanted for that. That's amazing.
But they're all Northern. I don't know where the dog was born.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they picked it up from, but it was raised in the North.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I'll say it. This is very iconic. This is a very iconic answer.
Okay.
This might be the best answer we've ever had for anything on the podcast.
Okay, fab. It's just the truth, though. Would you not do that for your family?
No, of course.
Or would you choose famous people for your own
You'd sit there looking at
selfishness?
Ian McKellen going like, no, I should have brought Nan. This is it's awful. Question number 2 was, in the inevitable movie of your life, who would you want to play you and why?
When's it being made?
If you say that you want your Nan to play you in a movie, let's say it's being made now.
Okay.
Is there another era you'd like it to be made, like the 90s?
Well, no, because I was born in 92.
That's what I was thinking.
So-
It might be difficult to
But
show.
it'd be quite interesting.
Yeah.
That was probably the first 10 years of my life was probably the most interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. But then if it was now, who would play me? I think Saran Jones could play anyone, really. And I would be honoured. I know that it's not the right gender role, but I feel like she could do it.
Absolutely. We could get Ian McKellen to play Lauren Pattison as well.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
We could, mine and Lauren's meeting at the Charles Student Comedy Awards about 9 years ago. Yeah, that'd be great.
Perfect.
No, I don't know who's like a good.
I mean,
I wouldn't want like a Timothy Chalamet.
I was going to say, would Timothy Chalamet be on the list now?
No.
Barry Keoghan.
Who's that
He's
one?
the Irish one that was in Saltburn. The Irish guy.
Oh no, he's very handsome. He's very handsome. I'm trying to think of blonde people who are like my age.
It's weird. We had Dan Tiernan on before, and Dan said that he fancied.
Hate him. I actually love him to bits.
Somebody
What
asked,
a piece of shit, Dan. We hate
I think
ya.
Dan went for Timothy Chalamet and didn't like Barry Keoghan. I went
That's
the other way.
so funny.
Yeah, he was like,
Is
he's
it an
gorgeous.
animated film? Is it just doing the voiceover?
No, I think it wasn't the exact same question. I think the question was,
Can I
who
say
do you have a crush on?
All right, okay.
Now we get it.
All right, okay.
But still, if we hadn't made a
I know
mistake, we wouldn't got that wonderful moment.
But I know he has a crush on Timothy Chalamet because he told me. Me and Dan are actually friends before someone comes and attacks me for attacking him. We're close enough that I can do it.
Yes, before Saran Jones comes in here with her people and sues us for this.
Who would play me? I don't
Who would play
know.
you?
I'm trying to think of like blondie people.
Yeah, especially in the UK, it's not a lot. There's
No.
like that guy that played Ashley on Coronation Street. That's about it in terms of
Ashley
blonde guys.
Fred's son.
Yeah, do you remember that?
He'd be about 50 now.
Of course. But also, he's the only blonde actor I can think of right now. I'm trying to think of blonde actors.
We'll cast him in the film. We'll make the film this year, but he's playing me in the future.
Yeah. Now,
So we're writing the script of where my life will be, but we don't know. Yeah.
It's going to be a movie about the dinner you had with Saran Jones and Ian McKellen.
Yeah. Well,
And-
yeah. Oh, it could be a film about when I brought all me family back to life.
Yeah, that could work too.
Oh, actually, I've got an answer. I have an answer.
Yes.
Because I'm kind of very distantly related to this.
Yes.
Right. So I've not met him.
Yeah.
But I'm distantly related to. Do you know the actor Bernard Hill? He was. Have you seen Lord of the Rings, the trilogy?
Yeah,
He was King Theoden.
Oh,
and
yes.
he was the captain in the Titanic, the film, not the tragedy. And he was the captain in the Titanic film.
Yeah.
But him, right? So his grandma, and my grandma's grandma were sisters.
Oh, okay.
So
there is a connection there.
So, the arts run through me blood.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm basically a Nepo baby.
Yeah. He could have been the person at that dinner that would have covered both bases, family and famous.
Yeah, but I've never met him.
Could be tense.
No, there's
Could
a
be
picture
awkward.
of him at me grand's from like the 90s. She pretends that they're still friends, but they're not. I don't think he's seen her since like the 90s. But she makes out, it's so cute, she makes out like she still kind of knows him. Do you know what she said to me? She said to me that he was offered the part of Gandalf, but he turned it down so he could be with his family, which is not true. And if it was, she wouldn't know that. But yeah.
Perfect. Okay, question number 3 was, if you had the chance to explore the heights of space or the depths of the ocean, which would you choose? Would you go out into deep space? Would you go out and travel and visit other planets? Or
It really depends on transport.
yeah,
So how am I getting to the ocean?
the ocean, you're going in one of the Titanic style submersibles, but one that doesn't break. You're going to
It's
be
not
going
very
down.
big though. How long
They're
am I
not very
there
big.
for? Because the ocean's quite deep.
Well, as long as you want to go, this is your trip. You decide what you want to go see in the ocean.
I'd go for about. What about if it's just like a really super quick lift?
Yeah.
that takes me to the bottom. So
Okay, let's
I
say
can be there
there's
for
a-
like half an hour because I'll get bored after a bit.
Let's say there's a lift and you get into the lift, and if you press the bottom button, you go to the bottom of the ocean and you can look around within a minute, or you're on the surface of the moon, you can look around there. And you don't need to worry about spacesuits or diving stuff. What would you want to see? What would appeal to you most out of those two?
And if I go, am I safe?
You're safe,
If- I'm
You're
not
not
gonna
going to
get
die on
attacked.
this.
I'm
No,
not
there's
gonna-
nobody on the moon with a gun
There's
waiting
no-
for
You're
you.
not even, nothing's going to touch me.
No sharks are going to eat you, no. It's a completely safe scenario.
I'd go to the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah.
What would you be on the lookout for down there?
Do you know what? I don't really want to go to either. So I'd just go and come back and say I've done it.
Yeah, did it.
Yeah, that's not my... Neither... Like, I like watching documentaries about stuff.
But going to see it is a lot of effort. It's like when I watch things about like...
I just don't
mountains.
like being in the sea. I'm too scared. I was stung by a jellyfish once and it scared me.
Oh, well then how dare Lauren even bring this
I
up?
know.
How
It's
dare.
but no, I would do the sea because I would like to...
Yeah.
If I would I get to go to somewhere where I know there's animals there that have not been found?
Yeah,
I'm going to do that then.
You can go to the Marianas Trench, which
gonna
is the
do-
deepest part of the ocean.
I'm going to do that.
This does feel like Lauren has given you a Groupon pass to either go to space or the bottom of the ocean. Like, oh, I better use it. It runs out next week.
But I think if I went to space, I'd get homesick. I get really old, and you
Yeah.
can see your house.
You can see your house,
Not your
yeah.
house, but you can see, and you'd be like, oh, everyone's over there, and I'm stood on the moon. It'd be nice, but like,
Yeah,
it
you're
wouldn't
like-
be. It wouldn't be nice.
I hope everyone on Earth's not talking about me right now while I'm
Yeah.
on the moon.
Like they've got Greg's on that side. They've
Yeah.
got Subway.
Yeah.
And I'd be hungry.
Now, what
I'd
if
have
I tell
nothing.
you that Greg's has opened a kiosk on the moon and at the bottom of the
All
ocean?
right, do you know what? I'm gonna choose the. Oh, I changed my answer because of that. I'm gonna choose the moon so I can eat a pasty whilst flying. That's great.
Wait, you're flying as well? Okay.
Gravity.
floating. I guess gravity, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we've put a thing on the moon. Who knows what the science is now? We've put an elevator to the moon and a Greg's up there.
Yeah.
All the rules are out the window right now. But cool. All right, so you go to the moon.
I'd do the moon.
But also maybe the ocean. As long
Yeah.
as it's safe.
Yeah.
So either.
Yeah. I'm not that fussed.
Not that fun.
I'm sorry.
Let's be honest. I feel like you're going to get in the elevator and you're going to be going with Lauren, and at the last minute you're going to step out and be like, I'm sorry, and the door's closed.
Yeah.
She goes up to the moon.
I'm not an adventurous person. I like being at my house.
Where's the weirdest place you would like to go on holidays on the planet?
I really want to go New Orleans, but it's not weird.
It's not weird, no.
I don't.
But it's unique. It's got its own kind of
Yeah.
flavour.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when I've got time, I love when I've got time off. I like being at my house.
Yeah.
I love it because we're never
It's great.
home.
Yeah.
So like I'm never home.
All your stuff is there.
I've
you get
been
to chill
away
out.
for a month, and then I got back on Tuesday, and then I've been here, and then it's come straight here on Thursday.
Oh, wow. When do you get to go home next?
I go home Monday, and then I'm home for a day, and then I'm in London for a few days, and then I'm
okay.
in Wales. So I'm literally never home.
You're never home?
So I'd rather be just at home.
You're the moon. People visit you.
I would love it.
If you were the moon for a little bit.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
Was it Mighty Boosh?
Yeah. There's I'm the moon.
And they put cream on their
They
face.
did.
Oh,
And with that, we've brought it all the way back to the start. Perfect.
Double ender.
Okay, well, we found out some wonderful information tonight. We found out a lot of interesting things about yourself. Is there anything you'd like to plug or let people know coming up in the future, your fringe run, that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah, I am doing a fringe run at the Monkey Barrel.
Oh, synergy.
Yep, at the Tron.
At a certain time of day?
I'm gonna guess 8:40, I think.
But people can check. They can look on the
but
the
I'll
Monkey
be
Barrel
there
website.
for the full
For the full run?
full run,
Fantastic.
and then I'll take the show on tour at some point. But I've not put
And
that
you,
on sale.
well, you have to because you can't set foot at home for more than one day.
No.
Those are the rules of comedy. Well, thank you for being our guest today. For those of you watching, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a little review on Spotify or Apple or wherever you've gotten this podcast. And if you want to share it, it massively helps us out. Also, if you want to come see live comedy, we're on every night of the week. There's comedy in Monkey Barrel Comedy. So from myself, from Josh, from Ewan, from Claire, thanks for watching. Have
Thank
a great
you.
week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
There's something hiding under the ice, imitation of a sound.
I knew.
Chairs are funky, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
like a chair with a sewn-in cushion.
A chair with a chair.
That is wild. It's like a car seat being sewn onto a chair.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
No. And
That's actually insane.
I've sat in this 20 times and I've never noticed it till right now.
That is actually mental.
Yeah.
Why did they're comfortable.
They are comfortable,
But
definitely.
I'm really confused.
But it's odd. It's an odd vibe
It's like
for a chair.
hugging around me.
Yeah. You feel safe.
Yeah.
That's what people say in this
Feel
podcast. I thought
warm.
it was my interviewing
Yeah.
style, but no, it turns out it was the chairs.